these gays are trying to murder me. Hey everyone, it's Jan Sport, and today we're going to be doing a makeup tutorial into Jennifer Coolidge and talking about the do's and don'ts of drag. Come on. So everyone, the first step for me, and I don't know if any of y'all at home watching this are going to relate, but I have to take my eyebrows off. Oh my God, different person. Whoa, we're starting with a blank canvas. Now, if you're just getting into drag and you have eyebrows, you can use glue. Now, Jennifer Coolidge is a really, really fun character. She's played so many iconic roles, and today, we're going to be getting into Jennifer Coolidge White Lotus drag. I use the Milk Hydro Grip to have it go all over my face, and then I use the Benefit Professional to focus on those areas where my pores are really present, like my nose. And so we're putting on the primer to really give our skin a fighting chance when we put all of this stuff on top of it. It's gonna make it stick, it's going to make it look flawless, and give it something to latch onto. This is the Dermablend Face and Body Foundation, and I use this as my base foundation. We just applied our foundation in a very crazy way. We're gonna blend that out. Now let me start off by saying, do you see what I'm doing here right now? B-L-E-N-D, blend, baby, okay? You wanna blend until you don't see any crazy lines. Don't be afraid to get in on this ear too. Now, when you're buying your makeup, something that I always like to tell people who are just getting into drag or makeup in general for the first time is to buy things every week to make your kit as big as it can be. If you start to just do it little by little, you'll get all the tools that you need in no time at all. So this is the Krylon TV Paint Stick. Now we're gonna use 4 different shades of these to highlight and contour our face. We're giving potato, there's no dimension, so we're gonna go right in and we're gonna add some white under the eyes, under the nose, and basically on all the high points of our face. So you can see we're kind of creating a little triangle. Use a separate sponge from your foundation sponge so that the color payoff does not get diluted. Now we have to contour and get those cheekbones and everything else popping and ready to go. So we're gonna take the bottom part of our sponge and we're going to blend that in. And don't be afraid to color outside the lines too, okay? This part does not need to be super crazy or precise. I think the coolest part about drag is that you truly can become anything you want to with the power of makeup. Have fun with makeup and have fun with your performances, because if you're having fun, odds are the people who you're trying to entertain are gonna have some fun too. Now, we're gonna carve out this cheek. You see, she's given some dimension over here. We're gonna really, really enhance that by putting a different color underneath. So look at that little line. Oh my God. Gorge. Another one of my tricks for drag is having a bunch of different color foundations to get the right shade. You can kind of see the shape we're creating here. And then, say it with me at home, blend. What I like to do for me is give myself the most snatched nose you've ever seen in your life. We're gonna take a cute little brush, just like this one, and just glide that on. And once we have this here, we are going to blend this out, not with a sponge, but with the best tools in the kitchen, your fingers, okay? So I like to take my pointer finger and just blend it out. And now we're going to powder and set all of this into place. And any translucent powder that you have will work really well for this step. We're just trying to set this so that all of the wet creams that we used don't get messed up and muddy when we put our powder on top of it a little later on. So right now we're baking with this white powder, and it's really reminding me of that scene where Jennifer Coolidge, you know. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Duo, and we're gonna use this to carve out our eyebrows. And for our brows, we're gonna be using an angled brush that's gonna give us the most precise snatched brow. When it comes to eyebrows, the biggest don't is to just leave them without even touching them up at all. You can kind of see I have my little natural baby brow hairs pulling out. I'm gonna follow that because for Jennifer Coolidge, we want it to be a little lower and smaller to the face. You cannot keep your brow like this, okay? That is a big don't. We're gonna shape that up later. Another don't is to not bring it in too far. You can kind of see that I'm not really starting it until where my eye goes. And now to fill that in, because we've done all the precise work, we're gonna take this fluffy brush right here and just feather that out. So we're gonna take that cream foundation and we're just gonna put a flat brush to it, just like this. And then we're gonna clean up the brow. We're gonna go right underneath and map it out. Now you can see there's that beautiful line right there, and that's going to work so well for us because it looks like your natural brow. We made something out of nothing. I love it. We're gonna do the other side, and we're gonna try to match them as good as possible, but do not worry about trying to get them perfect from point A to point B, and then that's where you're going to start. We are going to get into some eyeshadow. We have the Be Perfect Stacey Marie Cosmetics palette, and this is a one-stop shop for any color that you need. So we're gonna start with a transition shade. So we are going to take a light beige and just put that all in our crease. So I just put some eyeshadow on this side, and we're going to repeat it on that side, kind of to just give us a place for all of these darker shades to go and blend into this lighter shade that we're putting on right now. Now, one of the reasons why I'm keeping this bake under is to not only accentuate the pigment that we're trying to create, but also to catch any of the eyeshadow fallout that might happen. So right now we're gonna take another fluffy brush, and we are going to go into a little bit of a darker shade, somewhere in between that beige and the ultimate black, which we are going to smoke this out with. So take that and go right underneath where you did, right in that crease. So right about here. And this is where you're going to put that. So a big do in drag, I would say, is be inspired by the many artists and the incredible art that we have in this world. Be inspired by it, but don't copy it completely, because honey, if you try to copy a drag queen word for word, she's gonna come for you, and you don't want that. So now that we have that second shade down in our crease to deepen a little, we are going to go in with black. Now, a big no for drag is to overuse the black, because once you put down too much of it, you can't erase it. So we are going to just place this right here, very little on the outside of our crease, just like that. And that's all we're going to use. We're gonna tap that in, and once that's down, we're just gonna go like this, all around. Another do for when you're doing your makeup is to use as many different brushes as possible. I don't want all of those shades to get diluted. So I decided that I needed to be extra and create a palette with all of these different white shades that are all the same. But this is Sugar Pill Taco, and we're gonna put that right underneath our brow. It just brings light, I guess, to our eye and makes everything pop a little bit more. Once that's up there, all of these colors will start to blend seamlessly into each other. I am somebody who believes that when you are putting on makeup, you should really, really go for it. We are blended and it looks beautiful, but I wanna go a little bit farther, and I want to add a crease just to open up that eye and make it super expressive. So we are going to take this flat brush that we used to carve out our eyebrows, and we're going to take this Krylon TV paint stick and just make a half little circle right in our crease area, okay? Here we go. You wanna start at the corner of your eye and just work your way and follow the natural lines of your crease. And you wanna end up with something that looks like this. This is the general shape that we're going for, okay? A do for your crease is to add some dimension to it. We added some dimension to our eyeshadow look. That does not exclude the crease, okay? So just like we set the face with that powder so that it doesn't slide, we're gonna do the exact same thing with a tiny little brush that we're gonna put on the outside of our eye right here. Then we're going to go back in with that black shadow and start to build that gradient inwards. I got on a cruise ship contract, and I got to travel the world, and I started playing with makeup while I was just bored on the ship. And I got back to New York, and a friend of mine saw my posts about me doing my makeup, and they were like, you actually look like Kris Jenner when you do your makeup. And I was like, okay, read me, cool. But also it gave me a little gateway and an avenue to explore. And so I started doing drag as Kris Jenner, and it all just fell into my lap. Okay, y'all, so this is the Dazzle Stick from KVD Beauty. And this is just gonna add a little bit of shimmer to our eye and make it pop even more. So we can really just take it like this and go right over that white that we just put down, and you can take your finger and just blend that out. Look at that, amazing. So we are gonna go in with some black eyeliner and just accentuate our eye. Now, I know a lot of y'all probably saw me just glide this eyeliner on like it was no problem. Let me tell you, precision comes with practice. So to contour, we are going to be using the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder in medium, and we are going to go over the contours of the face. So we're gonna take a fluffy brush, and we're just gonna go over our forehead, on our cheeks, on our jaw, and really chisel it out. And a big do for drag, especially when you're applying these these powders is not to drag them, pun intended, not to drag it across, but more so to press it into the skin. Now we're going to take a bronzer and use the same brush because we're gonna marry those two shades together. The contour chisels and the bronzer really brings the life back into the skin. You're going to go below the contour that you put on your forehead and above the contour that you put on your cheeks. So now we're gonna take that same bronzer and we're gonna place that on the nose. This is La Femme. It is a beautiful blush in color Rust. When it comes to bronzer and blush, you do want to add that color to your face, but you don't want it to go all over the place. So we are going to be using this Duo highlighter, and we are going to be placing that under our eyes, underneath our cheeks, and in the high points of the face, just like we did earlier, but now with powder. We're going to take that same highlighter, just take a smaller brush, and we're gonna blend this out. After this, I'm gonna go back in with that same blending brush for the bronzer and just brush everything out so that it all blends together. This is a Ben Nye pencil in French Roast, and as Sarah Bareilles once said, I want to see you be brave, and I need you to really go for it with the overdrawing of the lips, okay? So we have our lip here. I'm gonna go right here. Crazy. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start in the middle, and we're just going to slowly bring it closer to our actual natural lip. And once we have that lip to the place where we want it to be, we're gonna fill it in. So now we're gonna take the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lip in strips and put that over what we just drew out with our little lip liner. And the word of the day is blend. That does not excuse our lips. So we're gonna take a lovely little brush and just marry the two. So now that that liquid lip has dried down, we are going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury KKW lipstick, and this is going to accentuate our lips even more. My biggest don't is don't wear lip gloss. Because honey, if you do not know what you're doing, that wig is gonna go all over your lips, it's gonna slide, it's gonna smear everywhere. I have to be honest, this is my new favorite product. She's expensive. It's a lip gloss by Patrick Ta. Look at how beautiful this is. It just gives the perfect shimmer without going too crazy. So now to open up our eyes even more, we are going to take NYX white liner and we're gonna put that right here, right underneath our black eyeliner. Let's curl our lashes, come on. This is Jennifer Coolidge we're talking about, not some amateur. This is the Maybelline The Rocket Express mascara, and we're just gonna put that on the top and the bottom. If you're nervous about mascara, I know I used to be, if you're not used to like putting things that near your eye, and if you're scared, something that I like to do, a beginner trick, is just to hold it right here and blink, 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 blink. Now, by the time that you're done with your mascara, your white liner is going to be dry. So we're gonna take our black eyeliner and we're going to just put a little line right here to kind of close that eye back off and just keep the openness really precise. Before we wrap this up with some highlight, we are going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dewy Set. And this is just going to set the face for all of the fun that we just did. So we're gonna take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Pigment in Icy. So we're just gonna take a lovely little fluffy brush. We're gonna pack just a little bit on it. And now for something extra spicy, we're gonna do nose highlight. So we are going to just take our highlighter on this lovely little angled brush and just throw her right in the middle. We're gonna go in with the Anastasia brow pens in medium brown and dark brown, just so we can add some dimension back to that area. This is the lighter shade, the medium brown, and I'm gonna start pretty much in the middle and then work my way out and then back in once the product's a little more diluted and we can really make sure that gradient is built. And with as light of a hand as possible, you really just wanna do strokes, small little strokes that look like eyebrow hairs. And once we have that first shade down, we're going to take the darker shade and we're gonna put that on the outside of the brow. All right, y'all, we are almost done. We are on the last step, and I think this is the biggest transformation in drag. It's putting on your lash. Now, you can go to the store and get a pair of lashes that you like. I personally like to customize mine. So I'll take a lovely little lash as a base, and I'll take a huge lash and I'll make little spokes. Look at that. See the difference of an eyelash? Honey, get into the falsies, this is where it's at. Another big do for drag, wear lashes. Okay, so now that the face is done, I have to go get into my Monica Vitti look because these gays are trying to murder me. Hi everyone, here is the final look for our Jennifer Coolidge White Lotus Jansformation. So with this look, we always want to pay attention to the details. We have the wig, we have the iconic Jennifer Coolidge blonde, we have this lovely little headscarf, we have the glasses. Accessories, okay? Coco Chanel always says, look in the mirror and take something off. I'm saying absolutely not, you can never have enough on. Sorry about it. Drag body is all about the proportions. Do those shoulders match them hips? Is that waist cinched in? Check, check, check. So we are looking gorgeous. Now you can wear pads, you can wear a corset, you can wear a bra. Just make sure that everything is proportionate and you will always come out looking fabulous. Alrighty y'all, thank you so much for watching my Jennifer Coolidge transformation. Let me know in the comments what look you want me to do next. And don't forget to subscribe to Lavelle.